Last week on the range. This episode is sponsored by Matrix Reformed. For all of your female or male health needs, check out matrixreform.com. I've never really...
Can you do that one more time? Because I actually forgot to switch your camera.
It doesn't need to be on camera.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
can just roll with it. You can be
In fact,
focused in on Billy looking at me like I'm a cow. He's a cow looking at a new gate. That's even better. We've never really talked about our relationship with Matrix Reform before, but we should probably start because they are our title sponsor for all of our events and stuff. I don't have anymore, but I've got a hormone-related podcast that I started years and years ago after starting a Facebook group for guys and girls that were in need of or on testosterone replacement therapy. 8-10 years later, I've had this relationship with Matrix Reformed. I've worked for Matrix Reformed. I own part of Matrix Reformed. But yeah, they're just it's an online medical clinic. That if you're ever feeling tired like you look right now, you look like you're sleepy,
I'm good.
maybe you need your hormones checked. That's a big old cup of coffee. So,
big old.
kicking this episode off, I'm going to say last week at the Smith house. How's y'all's week been?
Our week,
Yeah.
it went good.
Month.
It was not quite as busy as the weeks that the other 3 or 4 weeks. There was a time there we had something to do every night and every weekend. And last week was a little slower pace, which was nice for a change.
Did you get some rest?
I think I did. Shout out to NyQuil.
Y'all are busy folks.
Yeah.
Y'all
We
are
We
are.
actually had a home
active.
cooked meal.
Yeah,
Dang.
which is something we usually try to do all the time, but the last month and a half has just been, man, it's just been, hey, let's just grab something and go because we got to be this, and this, and this, and this, and so. But yeah, we stay on the go. We are definitely active.
Lisa, if you're nervous, you've already said as much as Papa normally says for the whole episode, so
I'm good to go.
you're good to go.
Hey,
Good to
can
go.
we
I don't
get
say anything else.
an introduction or something?
Well, if you'll let me get through my notes, I'll.
Oh, sorry, your introduction was down
And
there.
if you don't stop, I'm gonna start cursing all over the place just because I know that you're the one that has to edit. This is
Potty mouth.
Yeah, all your words.
Kayla fucking Maggie right here. My wife. Billy,
This is the one and only Miss Lisa.
had some requests. People wanted to meet y'all. We've got the Trail Twats coming next week, so we thought now would be as good a time as any to get some female involvement, and without it seeming like it's a female takeover, we wanted to have y'all included and go through some questions and dive deeper into the ranch wife life. And yeah, there's your intro.
Thank you.
Purple hair don't care.
They say behind every successful good man stands an even better woman. Is that what they say?
I thought you were going with some kind of joke there, but
No,
yeah,
I'm being serious.
I think that is what they say. Yeah,
That's what they say.
yeah. You know, there's a lot of truth to that. I have always been a out here thinker, you know, and before I met Kayla, I mean, I did. I mean, it used to get me into trouble when I was 15 years old, 16. My mom would come home and she's like, "Where's your car?" And I'm like, "Well, I sold it and I bought 2 of this," and it was always like getting me into trouble. And I did it. I've done it my whole life, but it wasn't until I met you that the support and encouragement that I get from her has been better than anybody else. And it's like,
I agree.
stuff just took off, and all the things that I had been practicing for 25 or 30 years. And it's just, now it's what we do for a living. So it's fun.
I
You're,
get that.
you're an easy person to believe in and support. And I know that I'm not the only one that feels that way. So
I've become hesitant, like Billy says, we need to blah blah blah, but hold on, don't execute yet, because I'm an executor. You say something. You said this morning, you said something, and you were like, not yet. I don't remember what it was, but that's kind
I
of,
don't either. It was like 7 minutes ago and it's gone.
yeah.
But, and everybody needs the reins pulled on them. Sometimes for me, it's when anyone in my little circle tells me that someone was mean to them, and they're going to have to be like, now hold on, don't kill them.
Yeah.
So we all have that aspect.
Mine
It's
is
just-
anytime anyone says an idea, and I'm like, and there's times when I can do it, and there's times when I can't. I'm really, really excited about the BKR Ranchwear.
Me too.
I think that is going to be a incredibly successful venture. And I say that, like, we've talked about merch, and to me, merch is different. And I have never had luck with merch, including the merch that we have now. It's like, yeah, people buy it every now and then, but it's not life changing. I think the Ranchwear is going to be life
I
changing.
think so. I'm looking forward to it
Yeah.
for sure.
So, in the Smith household, is it a boo boo or an owie?
I think it was more of a fuck that hurt. What happened?
I told you.
I think we don't do boo boos or owies. If we're talking about our kids,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like,
Kids.
oh, you're okay. Get up and rub some dirt on it.
Yeah.
It wasn't either one. It was, hey, you're fine. Get up and rub some dirt on it. Walk it off, champ. You're good. So,
What did you say this morning, that
I
6
can't
o'clock this morning, that led
remember.
us to believe?
So I have a skinned knee like I'm a 7-year-old, because Mahia, we were running together like I'm a 7-year-old, and she tripped me up, and I rolled down our paved driveway, and I've got a pretty gnarly scrape on my knee. But anyway, you bumped into it repeatedly, and you're like, oh, sorry, I got your owie. And I said, my boo-boo, and you're like, oh, I hate that.
Boo boo to me seems trashy. I don't know why. I'm not trying to judge people, but it seems like, I don't know.
I mean, I guess when the kids were super small, it was, I guess, if I had a choice of, I never used owie ever, but I would say boo boo.
Did you ever say, Austin, do you need to go potty?
Yes.
I want to say yes, I
Do you need
did.
to go potty?
I want to
Yeah.
say yes, I did. Austin was so easy to and we're talking about my 20-year-old son now, who's married and starting a family of his own, but he was always one that was easy to potty train, because you showed him one time, and it didn't matter if you were in the produce aisle at Walmart. Old boy had to go. You better check over by the
He'd tell
carrots,
you.
because that's
He
where he's
was
at.
going.
He was real super easy to potty train, and to this day, I'm like, I found myself telling Austin, can you go around the bale of hay? Can you? I mean, like, you're 20 years old now. You think, let's think this process out a little bit, But
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I'm that way. If I gotta go, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull off on the side of the interstate, and Lisa's sitting in the truck. Are you serious, Billy?
He does.
I've been having to pee for 15 minutes. Well, get on out here and join me. I'm not peeing on the side of the interstate. Well, sorry about your luck. So, yep.
They make plastic wieners for girls.
I've told her
For
that.
girls, right?
I was about to
One
hold
of them
on.
little- one of them little su-
You
one of them
have to
little
be
suction-
more specific.
Suction
Yes,
cups with a straw.
yes, they make plastic wieners for girls. They also make, and I learned by
Oh,
trying to
wow.
find one on the internet. It's called a female urinal.
It's
You
like a
can't just
hand-shaped
Google
funnel that
plastic
you
wiener.
just slip in there, and it's got a funnel end on it, and you just let it go.
I've seen that. See?
I couldn't do it.
You could if you were in
couldn't
a
do it.
specific situation.
If you were in dire need of some bladder relief, you would.
Yeah.
And
I-
let's see what Lisa don't get about me is and I don't use this as a crutch, but I don't remind her of it very often. But I have nerve damage in my bladder area from where I got crushed by a piece of equipment when I was like 20. I mean, I got my hips broken 4 places, had a big hematoma behind my bladder, which caused some nervous. So I kind of have the bladder of a 80-year-old.
Yeah.
When I gotta go, I mean, I can concentrate and do 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. But when it gets to that point,
Yeah.
it's let her rip, tater chip, or it's done. So when I get to that point, I don't care where I'm at. I don't care if I'm on Main Street in Granbury. I'm going to walk around Bush because it's either that or the alternative.
Yeah.
And so
Which
I don't
is
use
still
that as a
being-
crutch much, but
All the time.
so it is what it is. So, but yeah, when I got to go, I go. I ain't got no shame. Ain't no shame in my game.
Billy, what else would you say Lisa doesn't understand about you?
Oh God, that could be a laundry list of things. My pig-headedness, my stubbornness.
Well, just because she doesn't agree with it doesn't mean she doesn't understand it.
I don't know. What don't you understand about
Y'all
me,
are
honey?
both stubborn. There's no way she doesn't understand stubborn.
No, his is intensified.
Is his wrestle a hot shot from a 320-pound man with a boot in your stomach kind of stubborn?
That wasn't stubborn.
That was stubborn.
Point up like this so we can put the
Okay, you're
picture.
stubborn. I wasn't giving
You're right, Billy. She doesn't understand.
I wasn't giving up, but I didn't get angry. It's the anger that I don't understand.
The anger.
Your anger.
I am so much better than I used to be.
Eh,
I mean, I stay wound up like a 8-day clock, and
True.
all the time. I do.
story.
But I don't get angry. It takes my threshold for anger is way.
Would you say your threshold for anger is a Facebook Live video? Is that about the threshold
Okay, I missed that.
out here on that Colt the other day?
Oh.
Too soon?
That wasn't an anger more than it was. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain that.
Aggravation.
That was aggravation. Yeah, that was aggravation. That was more of an aggravation thing than it was anger. Was not angry at all.
What I wonder if when you say anger and you say I don't really get angry that much, I wonder if it's something that's not anger, because like you seem very authoritative and passionate about things like remember when you made Jimmy quit because you yelled at him. You know what I'm talking about? But it's not anger. This is my theory. It's not anger. It's something else. Maybe on the anger scale, but you know what I'm saying? Like you.
I guess it would be passion about what we're doing and doing something right. But I wouldn't say anger. I get angry. I really don't think that any of the Black Knuckle family outside of maybe Austin and Lisa have really seen me get angry, and I don't want to get that way because I'm off the chain.
Yeah.
So I try not to get to that point, but frustration can sometimes lead to a lack of tact, and I have been accused lots of times for having no tact at all.
You've been accused of that
Which-
on these Facebook videos.
Which I have no filter between my brain and my mouth. I just don't. I have no filter. What I think is what I say. And I can't help it. Before I even think about that, probably shouldn't be. It's done. It's over with. It was done 5 seconds ago. I just don't have that filter between my brain and my mouth. What I think is what I say. And people's like, well, you're insane. Yeah, I went insane a long time ago. Now it's just managing it. You know?
For the record, we don't know for sure that he actually caused Jimmy to quit, but there was a timeline there where I don't even remember what happened,
That was a blessing anyway, so it's okay.
or the time that Cody hard tied the Colt to the round pen. Also not anger, but when the situation is heightened and there's a potential for catastrophe and there's a horse sitting back on a panel, then I understand why getting louder is necessary. And you use the same words that you would normally use, which is the unfiltered expletives, but it sounds different when your voice is. And I'm accused of the same thing. I'm not
Yep.
mad. Like I have to watch the way that I even look at Eden and that's different than most people.
Yes.
But I can look at her and she'll cry. And
Right.
so it's the same words said in a different way. It's not anger from me. It's just different to them.
Yeah,
And-
it's tone.
yeah.
Tone. I would say tone would be a good word. And if we're talking about spouses and stuff, I do that at least eight days a week, eight times a week with her. I'll say something that I don't mean to be derogatory or something, but it's the way that I said it. I have started learning that it's the tone that I say it in.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of people are tone deaf, and that means you can't hear tones. I'm tone deaf because I can't regulate
Yeah.
my
The
tone
actual
when I
tone.
say something that I don't mean to be derogatory or in a negative fashion, but the tone of it, if you're just reading my tone, comes off as being, and I do that with her all the time.
Yeah.
So that's an ongoing thing with me and her.
I've been
Same.
accused of being unapproachable before, like in corporate situations, and that's something that I worked on for a lot of years and became pretty good at being approachable. And then I've noticed, like the struggles, me and Lonnie, her working for us puts me in a position to use it, or Dwayne, both of them put me in positions to use certain tones, and I didn't realize it until it was on somebody had a damn phone in my face, and I saw it recorded somewhere, and I was like, man, I've slipped back into that, because it'll be a, hey, are you available? No, I'm not, and it's really just like, I'm in this thing right now. Mm-hmm. But when I listen to it back, it's a whole tone issue, and I don't mean it that way.
Yep.
But
Same here. Same here. And I guess
you
I
think?
should work on that more, but lots of times I just roll with the punches. Wouldn't you say, honey?
Yeah.
Is that all you're gonna say?
all right, Papa.
I struggle with and you don't get like derogatory with me, but you do get like abrasive. So I have to shift from I have to shift the way that I receive that, I guess,
Yeah.
because it's like most of the time you treat me like this sweetest little
Oh,
delicate flower, and then when you don't, I put my hard skin back on, and then you're
And then I'm
"Well,
like,
what's
hey,
wrong
why are
with
you so hard?
I'm like,
It doesn't get easier as I get older, and I put myself and you put myself in these situations where, okay, when I'm punching a clock in a corporate world, I don't have a care in the world. I don't have a stress. The further along we get down this path, right now, for example, doing this apparel line, that takes a lot of brain, like not smart. That takes a lot of brain power. It takes a lot of wavelength. It takes a lot of being in work mode all the time, because I don't know if y'all know this, China's not on the same time zone, in the same time zone as we are. So I get like a finite amount of time. So when I'm doing something like this, or things that we've done in the past, it puts me in this place where I'm always thinking, I'm always on edge, and so it becomes harder and harder to be available when Lonnie wants to talk about something or not come across in a certain way, you know. And I think if we looked back at it, it would be those times where I'm at my worst relationally, and I'm at my best businessly. You know?
there's certain things that I can let roll off my back like a duck, and there's certain things that just stick. And, you know, and work is one of them. I never, my mind never. I'm just like you. My mind, even though I don't technically punch a clock around here, but when I'm driving home from the ranch, I'm still thinking about the ranch.
Yeah.
When I'm driving to the ranch, I'm still thinking about. When I'm having a beer with my buddies on the weekend, I'm still thinking about. I'm the same way. My mind never shuts off.
And sometimes it's all positive thinking. It's all, man, I can't wait to get back and do this
Right.
or that. And then sometimes it's not. And whether it is or isn't doesn't change. Like the fact that my mind is going. So it doesn't really matter if it's good or bad or indifferent or just a lot. Like I guess a lot changes things, because the more that my wheels are spinning, then the harder it is to I want to say function in relationships, period, outside of my brain. But I mean, I do it. Like I don't think that we have a bad relationship because of it. It's just harder, more effort for me to be present sometimes.
In a mental way.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Luckily, you have a wife that will never expect you to read her mind, and I'll be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, I need attention."
Where you at? What are you doing? Yeah. Yeah. No,
Wow.
that specifically. She'll say, I need attention. And I know, okay, I need to put China away.
Can you write a book? Can you write a book on how that happens? Because
I'm always having to read his mind.
no, I'm always expected to read yours.
I guess being raised by Papa Black Knuckle.
Always expected to read yours. Matter of fact, that's one of my favorite phrases. I'm not a mind reader. Just tell me.
It's not abnormal though, right?
Okay, I have a couple's question to the ladies. Brandon says, hey, let's go get some supper. Where you want to go? Are you that? She knows where I'm going. Look at that
I
big old
don't
smile on her
care.
face.
She'll
Are
say
we
it.
that?
I do not
I don't care where we go. And then you name a place, and then she's like, yeah, I don't want to go there. Well, if
Rarely.
you don't care where we go, then what does it matter if we're going to that? I think that's like the pull, the gravity pull of the earth. I think with a woman that can't make up her mind about where she wants to go eat at. I was just wondering.
Very
You
rarely.
think? You get a chance to defend yourself, Lisa.
I honestly don't care.
But when you say you honestly don't care, and then I say, okay, well, let's go here. No, I don't want to go. Well, that defeats the whole I don't care remark.
9 times out of 10, when I say I don't care, it's because I can suggest one place and you're gonna mention something else.
When you
So I
say
honestly don't care.
Sigh.
when you say let's go here, is that a place that you know that she would sometimes or normally be okay with?
At
Or
times, yes.
because like
And
I
then-
know if
and
I
then it's
say
like, I'm not feeling that. Well, what are you feeling?
yeah,
Eat burgers, pizza, Italian, Mexican, Chinese, seafood. I mean, what are you feeling? Because that narrows it down for me.
I actually think I do that more than you do that. You'll say, if you've got somewhere in mind, you'll say it. And if I've got somewhere in mind, I'll say it too. You don't say, I don't care and actually care as much as I do. And it's not like the answer shouldn't be, I don't care. Sometimes it is. Sometimes I'm like, nothing sounds good, so we can go anywhere. But then sometimes I'm like, I don't care. And you're like, what about this? And then I'll say, well, how about not Chinese food? Like, what else?
You
What
have
other
to start.
option?
You have to start process
Narrowing
of
it down.
elimination.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do. Yeah, that's true. Because you'll be like, I don't care. We
And
can
then
go
you'll say,
anywhere. And
"Let's
I'll
go to
say
Christina's."
somewhere. And you're like, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. Next.
Just wondering.
But it's like when you say not Chinese food, but anywhere else is fine. That's what he's referring to.
Well,
Yeah.
what Lisa don't understand is that when I'm in that mode, yeah, I had to do the mustache wipe. When I'm in that mode, in my own little way, I'm trying to make Lisa happy.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't get that I'm trying to make Lisa happy, I mean, that's so she takes that for granted. She thinks that I'm just pushing her to tell me where we're going to go eat when I really just want her to be like, yeah, that's a great idea. I'd love to go here,
Yeah.
And so that makes me feel good because I'm doing my part to.
And when you
Make her
say you
happy.
want to go eat and she's like, yeah, I don't care where, then you feel like she doesn't care about the gesture of, do you want to go eat?
Thank you, Dr. Phil.
Lisa, what's your love language?
I don't guess I have a love language.
Oh, you do.
You have to, I think.
Yeah.
See, mine is acts of service. And it's like, I don't need people doing things for me. I don't need you randomly doing things for me. But if you do something for me that I was going to have to do anyway, acts of like actual
making your
service.
spark?
Yes, making my spark every morning. I have to drink spark.
Shout out Advocare.
So when you say, let's go eat somewhere, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have to cook dinner. That's so great.
Yeah,
I
she
don't
does
care
pick.
where we
She
go.
picks up on that very well. That like, oh, you're taking something off of my plate by putting literally something on my plate.
I hardly ever have to cook dinner.
Yeah, but see,
See?
but see,
Not
I
a
think
love
she, I
language
think
for you.
at times she takes that for granted.
Yeah.
I like to cook. I don't mind cooking. It's not a task to me. Matter of fact, when I told you that my mind very rarely gets to a point where I'm just at ease, my shoulders drop, I can go in the kitchen and I can plan a meal out, no matter what it is, and I can turn on my little box and turn on some Ryan Bingham, and I
Shout
can
out.
get me a beer and I can stand in the kitchen. After I've been on my feet all day long, I can stand in the kitchen and cook, and that's my downtime. That's my time to just that hour or hour and a half or whatever long, depending on what I'm cooking. That's my decompress time. So
Yeah.
it's not a task to me. So that's why I do it more. It's not that she can't cook. She's a great cook. But I do it because that's my downtime. But I also do it because, once again, she does the laundry. She cleans the house. She does all that. So that's my part of giving,
Yeah.
participating in
Cut
the
the grass.
household duties
Barefooted.
one time. But anyway,
We used to have a podcast, Kayla and I, called Blended and Shook, and it was mostly about our blended family. And I made a comment or a video, a short something one time about helping. Oh, there it is again. Helping around the house, and I got ripped apart. Because it's your house too, and you're not helping, and the words that you use in that realm are so important. But do y'all have things? So the question is, and what I saw a video this morning, if Lisa normally washes the dishes and Billy washes the dishes this time, do you get upset if he does it differently than you normally do it, or are you grateful for the act of service? Upset?
Careful, Billy.
The dishes, as long as they're clean, I don't care. Unless you're loading the dishwasher.
Yeah, that's
You're
part of
loading
it.
the dishwasher. If you don't load it a certain way,
Yeah.
your dishes aren't going to come clean.
Yeah. So if it's an inefficient task, if they don't come clean, then I think that makes a little bit of sense. But to me, it's like if it's just different, like folding clothes. Well, I don't fold my clothes that way. Okay. Well, I was trying to do something to help. Oh, there's that word again. Help. I was trying to contribute to something that I don't normally do, that I'm doing this time as a show of love, and I didn't do it exactly the way that you wanted it done. But anyway,
Do I do that?
no, you're grateful for any.
Okay. You're making it sound like I do. so
I know
I'm
it's
just-
the video is playing in my head that I saw this morning, and it was loading the dishwasher and it was folding the clothes. But the lady was like, "You can't do it that way. You can't do." And he was like, "I just thought you were stressed, and I was trying to help." And the mental load, I guess, is what I'm getting at. So back in the blended and shook days, mental load was a big thing, and it was like, if you can't do it the way that the wife does it, you're actually putting more weight on her because you had to ask 3 questions. Hey, how do you want me to, where does this go in the refrigerator? The idea was that the help you were giving wasn't worth it, and it was actually causing more work because she was having to answer your questions. And I don't like that at all.
well, see, me, I'm a kind of do-it-yourself person.
Yeah.
I've lived on my own on several different parts of my life. I've raised kids on my own in several different, parts of my life. So I was used to doing it my way, which worked. And then you talking about blended family, and we were in the same. Well, all our kids are about grown now, but we were in that. That's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Is to blend a family. Matter of fact, that's one of the hardest things outside of anything else. Riding broncs, riding bulls, starting businesses, whatever. That's one of the hardest things on a relationship that I think there is out there. I mean, it could be different for some other people because we blended. We raised 5 kids together. I mean, all our kids were really small when me and her, when she finally gave up and decided to date me. But she had, well, no, it goes back to the blended family thing. So she, and it's going to circle back, I promise.
It always does.
So anyway, she had 3 kids from a previous marriage. I had 2 kids from previous marriage, and they were all young, and we blended them together. And that's a really hard thing to make work. That puts strain on relationships. When she was a single mother with 3 kids, I was a single dad with 2 kids. We had our way that we did it at our household, her way that she did it at her household, her way of raising her 3 kids, me of mine of raising our 2, which weren't too far off the scheme. And then you bring all that together and all those dynamics clash.
Yeah, they don't have to be too far off. They can be. It doesn't have to be like a whole different way of doing it for it to be difficult to bring together. Just the smallest difference is tough.
Yep. So that was super difficult. So I feel like that we got through that. We can pretty much get through anything, because we've raised 5 very well established, hardworking kids that have everything going for them and all that. So I'm pretty proud of that we have done that over the years. But it can put a strain on a relationship for sure.
That podcast that we did was actually, I think that it would have been wildly successful. I mean, I want to say that we've got over 10,000 followers on Instagram, and we didn't really try that hard.
Yeah, we
And-
still get new followers all the time, and we haven't done it
people
in years.
commenting, and we haven't released any video or podcast in at least 2 years. But we actually kind of we didn't talk about it a whole lot, but we let that die because even just having that podcast about blended families was pressure on our marriage. And so even that was hard.
Yeah, and then that all goes back to you having to ask 2 or 3 questions that you're doing something that I ain't going to use the word help, that you're just trying to contribute.
Yeah.
But then it's more hassle on them for them to have to show you how they want it done versus them just doing it themselves. So yeah, I mean, and that comes with independent people. I can tell you're an independent soul. I can tell she's an independent soul. By God, am an independent soul, and so is she. When you take 2 independent people that are used to doing things 2 different ways, and then you have to bring them in, you have to find that happy medium, that works for everybody. Because if I folded clothes, there ain't nothing about how I fold clothes is anywhere remotely close to how she folds.
Is
She
Lisa
is a
better?
He's not allowed to fold
her clothes are
darn.
so much better. I mean, she is the clothes folding queen.
Yeah.
Me, I'll just take them and roll them up on my chest, and
Yeah.
I'm done.
That's surprising.
rolled up
She
anymore.
folds my jeans in a way that they pleat
Yeah.
if you were gonna starch a pair of jeans, and I love that. So
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna
Triggered.
You are?
I'm not even gonna attempt to fold clothes. I mean, cause I suck at folding
Yeah.
clothes. I just do.
Well, there's some things that I don't believe, like washcloths. We got a whole damn shelf
Oh,
dedicated
no,
to
there's a
wash
certain
rags.
way you have to fold washcloths in
I
my
don't
house.
wash rag. I grab the whole stack of them and I toss it on that shelf. I consider it an inefficiency and a waste of time. Now, if I needed the space for something else, sure. It's
And
a
we
whole
do.
damn shelf. No, it's a whole damn maybe gum boxes or something, but it's a whole damn shelf dedicated to wash rags.
Lisa,
Socks, throw them in the drawer.
Throw them in their drawer, pick them out, match them.
do you fold underwear?
Yes, I do.
Underwear, throw them in the drawer.
Yep.
But-
Socks and underwear, I don't.
But you're the type of person that if I stepped in and just did that my way, you would still be grateful for it. You're not coming back and
Yes,
nagging me.
please do everything
Oh, you
for
didn't
me,
fold my
for real."
panties the right way. No, I threw them in the drawer because you got a
That's-
whole drawer for them, and you don't.
That's what I was going to say a minute ago. Independent soul, I am not by design. By necessity, I became an independent soul.
True.
And so I think that's the difference. I have been a, excuse me, I have been a born follower. Tell me what to do and I'll do it. But please tell me what to do, you
Right.
know? But then became independent by necessity. And
Well,
so
true.
maybe that's the difference between just being grateful that I don't have to do it.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, no matter how you got to the independent spirit that you carry around now, no matter how you got there, whether you was born with it or it was out of necessity, it's still an independent spirit, and it
Sure.
still makes for, you know, clashes occasionally.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep. Talking about, how'd you know I was going to start talking so fast? I saw that red light come on my camera. Talking about, talking about folding shirts. I think that's something I want to go back to the ranch apparel. So
There's red lights.
on the, see my camera right there? You may not be
Yeah.
able to see it, but can you see that
Do
light?
they all have that?
Yeah, they're all the same camera.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yours is gone. Yours is on now. Oh, mine,
Okay.
mine's back. Oh, there it is.
Sorry. Okay.
The ranch wear. So a couple of things I want to talk about. One, we've talked a little bit about how we're going to price this stuff. If the customer, and I always like to be transparent, if the customer knew how cheap it was to make a Wrangler shirt, they'd never buy another Wrangler again. And so we're trying to make really good quality. We're trying to have it priced fairly. We're trying to make it look a little bit better, and we're doing, craft custom boxes and tissue paper and little stickers, and almost where it's going to look like a gift whenever people get it and open it,
I think that the thing about that is that it's so much easier to cater to the customer because we're also the customer. Like, it's stuff that
Yeah.
we need and wear.
Yeah, and that's, whether it was peptides in the past or shirts now, I'm a customer of this product, and when I get it, you get these shirts nowadays, even these ponchos, I think, you spend $100 on a shirt, and or the stuff that you get, whether it's Amazon, and it comes in like one of those straight from China frosted zipper bag, a Ziploc bag or whatever, and it's like, man, that it doesn't, like, I think most people don't complain about it outwardly, and I wouldn't either until I got into this space and I start looking around and researching. But it's little things like that
It
we can
doesn't
do.
scream quality.
Yeah, right. But it's $100 shirt that came in a Ziploc bag, and it's just like, man, that's weird. You would think that if I bought 3 of these things, thanks for the koozie, but how about, you tie a little yarn around it and make it seem more like a present, so I don't feel like I got ripped whenever I opened them up. And the Tacova shirts that I got the other day were even worse. Shout out Tacova. They were even worse. They came in like it almost seemed like they came in a used box, like a real flimsy, weird, like there shouldn't be a shirt in there. It was like it's off-putting. And so all that to say, I'm glad that you're an expert folder, because
She
we're
is.
going to really need to present these
I got you.
these
Wow.
garments.
Wow.
She is.
Good
Like,
segue
even
there.
even bath towels.
Yeah.
It's a square piece of fabric. How many different ways can you fold a square piece of fabric?
Yeah. Well, you got to have the seams in and not facing out. And all
She'll
that.
fold a bath
Side
towel.
has to
She
be
will
on the
fold a
inside.
bath
Mm-hmm.
towel, and when you open up the cabinet in the bathroom, I mean it's like you're in a hotel room.
Yeah.
If
Wait-
I fold them, I mean they all look fluffy and nice and clean and fluffy. If I fold them some guns, they just ugly. They just
Yeah.
ugly.
Which,
I think-
go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think there's a lot of ways that Lisa and I are like soul sisters. We have so much in common. That ain't one of them. I don't give a fuck how my towels are folded. And I said earlier that I was triggered when you were talking about your jeans folding, how Lisa does them. It's because I used to have to fold Papa Black Knuckles jeans, and they were taller than me. But damn it, if I didn't get those seams right, I was gonna hear about it and then fold the same pair of jeans 12 times, and towels too.
Yeah. Well, see,
Yeah.
even when I fold my pair of jeans, I like I said, I literally would just bend them over, fold them, and then roll them.
Yeah.
She pleats them, and I'm like, that's marvelous. That's the greatest thing in the world, you
Yeah.
know.
And those are like the towel stuff. That's great. You want to take a little damp stamp on the toilet paper, all that's great. But are we getting everything else done? Those things are.
Lisa
When I go
is.
into an Airbnb or a hotel, oh man, that's great. But around here, we don't get everything done that we need to get done.
Oh,
So
no.
throw that towel, the toilet paper stamp away, and let's focus on the things that matter.
Right.
I bet Lisa does.
I don't
Lisa
do the
is a
toilet paper
go-getter.
stamp.
But it's
That
those
irritates me.
those
I meant,
extra things.
I bet you get done the things that need to get done. Like you're not sacrificing one thing you want to do in order to get this other
No,
one.
she is definitely
I try really
OCD
hard.
with certain things. I mean, she's
If
just
we can stay home long enough.
Yeah.
she's definitely there's certain things that she's and then there's certain things that she's OCD about. I mean, I'm
Oh.
I mean,
I
I'm
try
serious.
to take one day a week and clean the house. If I'm not home one solid day on the weekend, I have to split it up and I forget things.
Yeah.
But that's so boring.
But it's necessary.
Not to me. I like being home. We
I
both
like
like
being home, and I don't like cleaning it, and I just don't.
I'm a social butterfly. I like to, I like to play music. I like to hang out with friends. I like to do things like that. So I'm always on the go. I mean, even on Sundays when, everybody else is relaxing, I'm grabbing a guitar, going to an open mic or
Yeah.
doing something. I'm a busybody. I can't sit still very long.
So you're excited
Sure.
that Billy Stein is coming to the podcast on a day that's not today, tomorrow, that he's coming tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's today, but Billy's going to be wearing a different shirt, so I have to call it tomorrow. Yeah.
True.
I like how you got all dressed up for us.
Well,
You're not
look
wearing
at
your...
him.
Well,
Oh, sorry, you got all dressed up for Billy.
And I got all dressed up to compete with Billy.
he had that
Did
FOMO
you say-
fear
I
of
was
missing
like, thanks
out.
for dressing up for me, and you're like, well, look at Billy.
No,
You're
it
like-
wasn't for Billy, but it's because Billy's all snazzed up on podcast days.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
babe.
try.
You look real hot.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is a poncho shirt that came in a frosted Ziploc bag. No twine, no craft tag.
Hey, they did have the branded tape on their box.
They did, and I've been researching branded tape because of it. That's what I'm talking about with my mind not stopping. And those are like obvious things, but I get this box of poncho stuff, and I'm like, as I'm tearing through it with my knife, I'm like, branded tape, put that up here, branded tape across the box. It's like that brown. It looks like it's paper tape, but I'm like, man, that's a nice touch. And then the nice touches ended there because it was just plastic.
I can just about name on one hand how many things I've ordered offline,
Yeah.
and that's just me.
We know
So
because
I'm
you
glad,
called it offline.
I'm glad that this ranchware line is available for me, brick and mortar,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah.
Because-
he says, hey babe, will you order this for me?
Yeah.
Look, seriously.
Hey,
she
babe,
had-
will you Indeed for me?
Exactly. Look, that I just do not order stuff online. There is very few. There's, like I said, I can probably count the 5 things I've ever ordered online on one hand. I'm gonna go to the store, look at it, try it on if I think I need to. I'm a brick and mortar guy.
I really want
Never try clothes on.
Well, I've been I've been the same damn size since I graduated high school. What do I need to try it on for?
Then don't say you try it on if you need
I
to.
try boots on.
Well, yeah, boots.
That's because one
it.
foot's bigger than the other. Because one's got a plate and 8 screws and 2 pins in it, and it's bigger. And if I try boots on. I don't try jeans on. I wore the same pair of jeans, the same size of jeans for the last 15 years. I know they fit.
Hey, you have 2 in the closet that don't fit.
That's because they were there to be
'Cause
great
you
deals.
Didn't try 'em on.
Is it hard for you to find jeans that fit you? Because you
Not
wear like
re-
a 29.
No, I'm a 29-32, and it's not real hard. I mean, they don't have just a great selection, but I don't really need a great selection because I'm a standard guy. I'm a Wrangler 13 MWZ, or if I'm going to get real fancy, I'll buy the George Strait
Yeah.
Wranglers. That's just me. I don't shop around. I don't buy Ariats. I don't buy rock and
can't-
roll. I just like Wranglers.
I
That's
can't
all
wear
I've ever worn.
Wranglers. I think sometimes I'm autistic when it comes to clothes and the way that they feel, and the Wranglers just come up too high. And I wish I've got a couple pair, and I think I wore them to Austin's wedding. But every day these Ariat jeans, I'm not a let's order all kinds of different stuff offline. But I am I know that I love the way that the Ariat jeans fit and feel. So I'm going to order nothing but Ariat jeans. Like if I'm buying jeans, they're Ariat, and I'm buying them online.
Right. Yeah, I'm definitely a stickler when it comes to to a product that I believe in. That I mean, I don't like change. If you know what I'm saying, I don't like the change. If I buy a pair of boots and they're crap, I won't buy them again.
Yeah.
If I buy a pair of boots that I really like, brand name or style, and they work for me, I'm going to buy them junkers until they either discontinue them or I can't find them.
Yeah.
And then when I do have to buy something else, I'm like,
Yep.
I
You
gotta
have to
do
start this
all
whole process
over again.
Yeah.
So when I find something that I really that works for me, that I'm comfortable in, that does the job that I expect of it every day, I'm going to stick with it.
Yep.
You know.
I've been looking for a while for a different brand of button up, and I don't particularly like the poncho shirts. Like I don't like the idea of wearing poncho shirts or Tacova shirts, or what else do I wear? Those Carhartt shirts. I don't like. They're all brand names. I don't love it, but I like the way they feel so much that I just keep coming back, and that it bothers me a little bit. But I've been on this hunt trying to find some off like STS, whatever. What is that STS?
I don't know that one.
It's the one that I just gave to Dwayne.
Oh, I don't know.
I've been trying to find some like offshoot that would work for me, and I just haven't.
Farrell, you hated
Farrell,
that.
yeah, the Farrell shirts. Everything fits so different. You know, you order
Right.
the same size in one, and I even compare the size chart measurements and stuff. But that the Farrell, not that I think there's anything wrong with poncho shirts or Farrell shirts, but they all fit so different. I like the way these fit, and so it's like, well, I guess for the time being, I'm ordering $100 damn shirts, and I'm not really a fan of it.
Yeah, like cinch to me, I've bought a lot of cinch shirts, but cinch shirts fit really big on me. If I get a cinch shirt, I pretty much have to get a small.
Yeah.
When everything else, I get a medium. Like Panhandle, I space out my shirts. I mean, I'm a Wrangler jean wearing guy. That's it. That's all I'll buy. But when it's shirts, you know, I like, you know, Eli Cattleman, the real thin button-up shirts for the summertime. You know, Panhandle Slim. Wintertime, it's Wrangler denim, usually Wrangler denim button-up shirts and stuff like. So I spread my shirts out a little bit, and I do own several cinch shirts that are just really, really nice. You know, don't wear to work shirts. But if I buy a medium, I swear to God, I can wear it to bed for a nightgown. And it's just that difference between a small
Yeah.
and a medium and a cinch. You know, I wear a medium and everything else, and sometimes a large. Mm-hmm. But if I cinch, just it fits so much bigger. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be real careful about that.
I've never understood why that is. Like even in these Ariat jeans.
I guess it's the cut. I guess.
Well, but sometimes there's like a modern cut and there's a classic or cowboy cut. But even like these jeans, I've got two colors. I've got this color and I've got a darker color. They're both Ariat. They're both M2 or M4, whatever the model. They're same boot cut, same damn jean. Mm-hmm. And the colors, the other ones are too small. These fit me just fine. So it's like, I consider it like a quality issue. That's Ariat's making jeans. It's the same jean. It's not even like the M2 and the M4. It's the same. Why would one fit and one not?
Well, it's all mass produced too. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
You know, you have to think about that. It could have been a Friday when they made one pair.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But all that to say, I'm excited about these ranch shirts. We were excited when we got the samples that they were as good a quality as they were, and we were talking this morning about a guarantee of some kind, and we won't get into super deep details, but some sort of, if it fails you while you're doing honest work, we'll replace it for free deal. So, you know, we don't want you spending your hard-earned money on these shirts and rip one or some pearl snap button flies off and then you're just out the money. So we're going to do something good. What?
You made it sound like someone was going to rip one and their button would fly off.
Like fart?
That as well, Kayla.
I'll see.
If
That's
you
why
rip
y'all
one
that's why
working-
y'all are soul sisters.
If you rip one on a barbed wire fence and or if your pearl snap falls onto the floor, we got you covered.
But also,
Just join the email list because we got a real limited drop of these things coming. They're going to hopefully move pretty quickly. If you're not going to blackknuckleranch.com and signing up for the emails, you're going to miss it.
So Lisa, so You see what we have to deal with, guys and girls?
You're welcome.
They're handfuls. So, Lisa, on several different clips and videos and stuff on the Facebook and TikTok and all, and I've already admitted that I stay wound up like an 8-day clock all the time, and I have no filter, and I can be a little polarizing or whatever. So, and everybody's like, I feel bad for Billy's wife. She must be tired.
I'm always tired.
Tell us how you deal with that. And don't say alcohol.
Okay, Coors Light.
Wow. Is that how you deal with it? So you're trying to say I'll drive you to drinking?
No, you have to be. I have to be very patient. You don't think I'm patient, but I promise I'm very patient with you. Very forgiving.
I'll agree with that.
So would you
Your patience.
would you say that you're did you have a plan? You know how some women will be like, yeah, I know he's a little wild and he's a little much, but I'll take him and I'll change him.
No,
Did you ever have that thought?
no, never.
Okay.
What about you?
No, I mean, there are certain things that you know that you can change about a person.
Like what?
Like how they, to an extent, how they treat you, and
What did you want to change about me?
maybe, I don't know, fashion, or
Fashion.
You wanted to change my fashion?
I wanted to change how you shut down when you get angry.
Okay.
That's all. And I think I've done a damn good job.
Let's talk about that. Lonnie.
How does that make you feel?
Skinny jeans.
Yep. I did wear some tight jeans. So did you.
Are we talking about skinny jeans, like pencil leg jeans?
Elastic.
They don't even call them pencil. They haven't called them pencil leg jeans since the '80s. I'm sorry.
Skin, like the elastic spandexy type, but not like
what do you call them people?
youth pastors.
Hipsters.
Yeah.
Hipsters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hipsters. These weren't like youth pastor starter kit skinny. It was just I would wear Van tennis shoes and skinny jeans, and I've gone back and forth a couple of times in my like you've been a Western wearer your whole life. I've gone back and forth between the looser fit jeans but it's always just those two things, because the jean and the shoe changes, but the top stays the same. So you can still wear a button up. Now, is it unbuttoned or buttoned and tucked in? Because that's different, but staying right there in those two lanes. And I did have some skinnier jeans.
Yeah, all those are just things I don't really care about.
Care about to
Changing.
change. Yeah. Speaking of dress, what do you know or think about higher boots?
I know that a lot of the younger kids, when I say kids, I mean
Adults.
adults,
We
but
know.
young
Jake's
adults. Jake Austin's
Austin.
age. They think real high of them. They like them. They seem to be pretty popular with the younger Western people. The team ropers and the rough stock guys and stuff. I know nothing about them. I've never owned a pair.
Higher
jeans.
H-Y-E-R.
Boots.
Higher?
Yeah, like
HYER.
Yeah, so I mean, I've heard a lot about them, and a matter of fact, I'm almost positive that both of them boys out there at the barn right now have a pair in their closet or either on their feet. I don't know anything about them.
Well, I told you the other day I was looking for some more riding appropriate, because the boots I wear around every day are work boots. They're rubber sole work boots, and
Definitely not riding boots.
no, and at a 13, 14 double E, I mean that's a wide boot. I can't get that in any stirrup. But so I'm looking for like I was afraid I was gonna have to go cutter toe, which I got big old wide feet, so I'm nervous about that and whatever. I ended up ordering a pair of higher this morning actually, but only because this is terrible so they sent me a 30% discount code.
So it was worth a shot.
Yeah, because I signed up to be an affiliate of theirs, and so they're $400 boots. So they better, but because the 30% put them in the double H category, I thought, okay, I'm going to try these, and they've got like yours have rubber soles all over.
These do.
These, because I don't need any friction getting in that stirrup, so they're leather, but they've got the where your rubber is lighter, right there is rubber on these, but the rest is all leather, so it'd slide in better. But I'm kind of excited. They're a rough out, gray. Pretty excited to get them.
Yeah. Yeah, rough out seems to be kind of a going trend with people these days.
I'm not a big fan.
I've never been a big fan of rough out boots. When I have a pair of good boots and I have several pair of work boots, and then depending on what I'm doing, if I'm going to be in a saddle all day, then I want a good slick pair of crepe soles that don't catch if I get chunked or something like that. But you have to kind of find an even mix if you're going to do ranch work but not be ass
Yeah.
and saddle all day. Like with these, they don't grip the stirrups.
Yeah.
You know, if
But
I
they
need to slide at them like I did yesterday, by the way, when that
Yeah.
coat come over on top of me. You know, if I'd have had big lugs or something and I'd have got a foot hung in the stirrup, I'd have been screwed. But
Yeah.
I was able to slip out of them with these, but they have just enough traction that if I'm climbing around on the tractor, changing implements, I'm checking out something on the skid steer or, you know, whatever, they got enough grip so I don't
Yep.
slip and, you know, break my damn neck. But they also have just enough not grip that I can still ride in them. So they're very versatile. you
That's
know.
what I
And those are
wanted.
things you have to think about
Yeah.
when you're wanting a good all around ranch boot, riding boot, ranch boot, honky tonk boot. You know, whatever.
I wanted something that I could get off a horse and then walk on this hard floor and not break my neck. And
Yes.
I hate
Yes.
walking in like completely leather sole boot. I don't like it at all. So, and
They're great
that-
for dancing.
leading me back to the rough out. I'm not a big fan of the rough out look, but to get that rubber strip, I had to get the rough out. So it was either go all leather in a brown leather sole in a brown boot, or go gray boot with a strip of rubber in the rough outs. And that's why I went with
When you
those.
gonna get those in?
Friday.
Oh, you'll have them by the ranch trail course
Oh, yeah.
competition, won't you?
Yep.
You'll be sporting them around here.
Yep.
Good deal.
Kind of along those lines, that's why some of the haters piss me off when they're like, you guys are talking about this kind of thing, and then they're like, oh, real cowboys don't care what they wear. Well, they do, just
Yeah.
for different reasons, because you have to be able
Well,
to
I mean,
do
you got to be
things. You have
smart
to-
about it. I mean,
You know, there's weather,
Uh,
terrain.
shit, I'm almost 50. My bones aren't rubber anymore. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to be smart. You got at some point, if you're in the industry long enough, and you've made those mistakes, you know, if you didn't learn from them, then evidently you weren't paying enough attention. I mean, I like something that works for me. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really care about style. I've never been a big fad person. But, you know, at the same time, I think about, you know, well, am I going to be ass and saddle all day? Or am I going to be on a coat, on 2 or 3 coats in the morning, and then am I going to be running a skid steer? Am I going to be, you know, climbing all over hay, strapping hay down to a trailer? Well, I mean, what am I going to be doing that day?
Yeah.
Am I
so-
going to have to shit in the woods?
That's right. So, you know, I try to think about stuff like that.
Speaking of, I would like for everyone to know that you walked in the house the other night. And speaking of your T-shirts, you walked in the house with one of your sleeves torn off. You
Well,
wanna tell
hold
us
on
about
now.
that?
Well, hold on now.
You want to tell us about that, or should I?
You should. I had to go to the bathroom, and there wasn't any toilet paper around. So I got my knife out. I cut my sleeve off.
right.
What about it?
He walks in the door.
It was
the
kind of a
bedroom.
it was a nighttime trash shirt anyway.
It wasn't even a clean tear, so you had like these frayed like stuff hanging, and I'm just looking at him, and he's doing his thing. He's like, "We need toilet paper at the office." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Bandanas
Yeah.
are way cheaper than T-shirts.
I got a bunch of bandanas coming too, by the way.
Maybe not that.
Bunch
shirt.
of those. Yeah.
That's why if you open the
a
top drawer,
Walmart
my bandana drawer, which is a utility bandana
Yeah.
wild rag drawer on my dresser, there's probably about 5 of them in there that are just half of bandanas.
Why is it that you have more than anyone else made me talk about pooping on podcasts? Do you remember when I lived in Coppell and my toilet was so close to the bathtub, and you made me talk about how whenever I took crap, I had to have 1 foot in the bathtub and 1 foot on the floor?
That wasn't me.
Was it not?
That was Ian, I think.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to lean on like it was another woman.
Yeah,
No,
it,
was-
felt like
it
that. I
was
thought
the other
I've
woman,
never
Ian.
had another woman on a podcast.
No, that was Ian you were talking about that with. But yeah, sorry, I
Okay.
bring up your vulnerable side.
Yeah. Yeah.
There ain't nothing vulnerable about having to rip a garment off to wipe your ass
Well,
with.
not
I mean,
for
I've done that
you.
a billion times. One thing I've never done though was pull a sock off.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's like, "Well, just pull a sock off."
I have done that
I cannot walk those non-Crocs that we were talking about
Mm-hmm.
on the last podcast that Lonnie said weren't Crocs, but they are Crocs.
Your frocks.
Whatever, Lonnie. When I wear those, I wear them with socks.
too. Really?
I can't do any footwear without socks. I just
Yeah.
can't. It just makes me feel, I don't know, just weird.
Until I started
Icky.
wearing boots every day, I didn't wear socks ever. Tennis shoes, Crocs, nothing.
Not
But
me.
boots, obviously, I have to. But
I mean, it's not like I'm going to town with Crocs and socks, but like when I, you know, if I've got to go, if I know that, you know, Lisa, I'm in the shower and just got out of the shower and it's 8:30 at night and Lisa's like, "Oh, garbage, got to go up to the road." I could just as easily.
you're putting socks on to do that?
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
I just can't, you know, I can't do it. I can't do it. Makes me feel icky.
In my late teens, I took a dump on a picnic table and
Oh,
used my
goodness.
socks.
I think in some
was a bad
countries they
teen.
call that plating.
Do they? I don't know what that means.
Never
Explain that.
No,
mind. No, you don't want to explain that.
What is it?
I don't know, but I don't want to.
Don't even go there.
My band
Leave
played
me
a
out of the
show
loop.
in Paducah, Kentucky, and I had to be back at work the next morning. Not like we were there for the weekend. I had to be work Monday, so I rode in the bed of a truck the whole way back from Kentucky, and I guess that got me so fired up that I left a surprise on that picnic table.
Wow. Y'all were big time if
And
you had to
then-
ride in the back of the truck.
And then and then went to work with one sock.
So was this a rock group?
Yeah.
Heavy metal or
Rock, I would say rock, heavy rock. Yeah.
like Journey rock or AC/DC rock? It sure wasn't easy
Like
listening.
Chevelle,
I
Disturbed,
got you.
newer
I
stuff.
got you.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of classic rock. I like some bands. I like Journey.
Mm-hmm.
I like who's the bass player that sings, not Kiss. He's got the little soul patch. Wears the little circle sunglasses. It's one of my favorite bands.
Alice in Chains.
No,
ZZ Top.
I don't know.
no. The drummer Neil Peart is the drummer. He died, but he was the drummer. One
Def
word.
Leppard?
No, one word. Sing that Tom Sawyer song.
Rush.
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 Yeah, I'm a big
Okay.
Rush fan, but most classic rock, I
Yeah.
really like it.
I'm not a huge. There's some of it I can listen to, and there's some of it I can't. So, you know.
I like classic rock. I don't listen to it because I love you.
I like
like-
Italian food, and I don't eat it because I love you.
Exactly what I was about to
Wow.
say.
There are sometimes, getting back to that dinner discussion, where I can tell, like, if she doesn't care and this is the time to strike, and I'll be like, let's go get us a lasagna, you know. But she doesn't like ketchup. She doesn't like red sauce. She doesn't like bread. She doesn't love pasta. Like, she doesn't love cheese.
There's not a whole bunch. Me and her, our taste buds are pretty much the same, other than when I cook. This, speaking of adjusting yourself, not yourself, but adjusting your.
Were we?
Yeah. What do we?
All right, back up. Speaking of having to adjust what you've been doing
Yeah. Yeah.
versus what you do for someone else,
Yeah.
Lisa hates onions.
Yeah.
I love all things onion.
What's to love?
I don't know. I just
He
like
will-
it. It adds
he'll
flavor. It
slice the
adds
onion and
savoriness
just bite
and
it.
goodness
I
and
would.
flavor. And
Sauteed onions, love them because
I-
it completely changes the flavor. But any other onion, nah.
I
So-
love fresh onion.
I love all things onion. Any onion, any kind of onion, little green onions, big purple onions. I love onions, okay? So I cook with onions and did spaghetti, onions, chili, onions. I mean, everything, onions. If I'm eating a plate of pinto beans, there's going to be a slice of onion sitting on the side of the plate. I love onion.
Yeah.
So when I started doing majority of the cooking, I had to cook all that on the side
Yeah.
and not add it to the dish. And I do that because I love you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Hey, speaking of cooking, when was the last time you washed your hands with soap?
This morning,
Boy, what were you doing?
just got done taking a crap.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Why?
Just curious. I was told that I don't use soap on my hands enough.
Oh, well,
To be fair, I usually time my bodily functions with my shower. So I count the soap as washing my hands with soap because
True.
there's soap on my hands, you know, washing my hair, washing my body, whatever.
if I'm cooking, and
Yeah.
I'm definitely washing hands.
If I'm cooking for
so-
other people,
okay,
I
right.
will wash my hands with soap.
If
But
I'm working, like right before this podcast,
there's
me
no
and-
soap needed there.
right before this podcast, me and the boys were out, got a little baby calf. Mama cow was starting to get some mastitis. We had to bring her up. We had to milk her down. I milked a cow right before I walked in here. Have not washed my hands.
Yeah.
I've took a dip of snuff. I've been wallering
Yeah.
all over my coffee cup. If I'm out working and I just got done shoeing a horse or doing something and my hands are all dirty, I'll just go grab a ham sandwich and I'll eat
Yeah.
it without washing my hands. That's me though, but that's
Yeah.
what I'm
You're-
putting in my
yeah,
body.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it comes to everybody else, I'm going to wash my hands when I'm cooking. You know, if I think I got a little too close to the center with my hand, I'll wash it when I get done taking a big dump. You know, but I try to wash my hands. But when it comes to just me, you know, I'll jump off from currying a coat down
Yep.
and go grab a ham sandwich and eat it with the same hands that I just got done currying a coat down with. It just doesn't.
I don't think
I
that
agree.
people give enough credit to water. I always say water built the Grand Canyon. Like it's pretty powerful stuff.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
is.
And if my hands are visibly dirty, rinse them off in water. Good to go.
Good enough.
But Leilani, that girl wastes all my soap. All my soap.
You're a germ-
She's using my soap like
She's a
14
germ
times
freak?
a day.
She scrubs
Must
me for
be.
surgery.
I went
with
in there.
Dawn.
I went in there the other day, and I don't know
27.
what I had just gotten done doing. Oh, fishing! I caught so many damn fish
Oh my
that I was
gosh.
like, I'm gonna wash my hands with soap. It's a special occasion, and went to the kitchen, and the little pump thing empty. So I thought, well, I'm gonna send a video because we had just talked about. I said, I don't know when the last time I washed. I said, does showering count? No. Well, then I don't know when the last time I washed my hands with soap was. I couldn't tell you.
Right.
Probably the last time we had people over and I was involved in cooking food.
Well, if I'm seriously going to wash my hands,
I'll be sure to make sure to clean the bathroom.
if I'm seriously going to wash my hands, I don't even use that pump soap that
Yeah.
soft soap and that pump soap and all these cucumber, melon,
Moisturizing.
65% water anyway.
Yeah.
That's why they sell it for $1.25. If I'm going to seriously wash my hands, like, oh shit, Dawn dishwashing liquid.
That's what I ended up
We
using.
go through that shit like gangbusters at my house because if I really need to wash my hands, I mean, I'm gonna wash it in Dawn dishwashing liquid.
The only problem I have with Dawn is that it's taking a process that I already don't want to be doing, and it takes longer because you get the soap. You gotta get it wet, and then you put the soap in, and then you gotta get it wet again because it doesn't want to lather, and then it's like it doesn't want to come off. It's like, man, this is 3 times as long as I wanted to be doing
Do
this.
you ever smell your hands like this when you get done?
Oh yeah, I know that movie.
I agree. I feel the same about the hand washing. The only exception is if I have my nails done and my nails are longer, I wash
Yeah.
a lot more and use the little scrubber brush thingy.
I don't remember how we got started talking about that the other day, but she just didn't think I washed my hands enough.
I mean, I probably should wash mine more, but I mean, like I said, when it comes to just me, I don't care. I
You
mean,
know the hand washing test that they teach little kids in like kindergarten?
Say the
where they
ABCs or
have
something.
like the UV light that shows all the germs.
Yeah.
Y'all need to do that.
but have you,
But germs aren't
but-
necessarily bad.
but have you died yet? I mean, but have you died?
Depends on what germs.
Oh, we don't get sick a whole lot.
I don't get sick either. I mean, literally,
build your immune
I
system.
do not
Came
get
out of
sick.
the bathroom. Somebody just came out of the bathroom and didn't wash their hands properly. That's bad.
That is
Bad,
that
like-
Right,
is-
Leilani?
Bad bad for,
Me.
but we're not.
And anybody else that
we're not
touches the doorknob.
Okay, so that's not in here. Yeah, there's a doorknob involved, but I also don't touch things. I'll flush with my foot. I'll kick the door open with my boot.
Yeah,
You know, if we're in a public place, because public bathrooms are kind of gross.
Yeah,
to
they
me.
are.
they are.
So I don't do a whole lot of touching when I'm in places like
If
that.
it's
anyway.
like flu season or something, I'll
COVID.
definitely wash my hands, and I'll definitely take like the paper towel that I dried off with and open
Yeah.
the door and then kick the door with my foot and throw it as I'm walking out. You know, stuff like that.
I'm not looking for germs, but I'm not like
One of the
super
things
avoiding
that bothers me that this come about, I guess, in around the time that COVID come along, when you walk up to somebody, okay, it's 2026, okay, and you reach out to shake their hand and they give you and they ball their fist up and want you
Yeah.
to that. I'm a look you in the eye, firm shake guy. I'm not one. So automatically, when you do that, you're automatically one notch down on you're a good guy list. I'm sorry. I mean, literally, you
Yeah.
are. I just can't help that. That's just one of my things. I grew up shaking hands firm, looking you in the eye. You know,
Standing before you do so.
You know, if you're introducing yourself to a woman or whatever, or somebody introduces a woman to you, you take your hat off and you give them the old dead fish. You know, hey ma'am, nice to meet
I
you.
am glad
I
you
mean,
said that because men just about break my hand with their firm handshake grip, and I'm like, oh, what? Stop.
no, I'm gonna kind of dead fish shake, kind of
Yeah.
half over, half kind of, you know, whatever with a woman and take my hat off. You know, hey ma'am, how are you? You know, nice to meet you. Blah blah blah. But when I meet a full grown ass man, shake my hand.
Yeah.
Look me in the eye and shake my hand. I don't like this. Oh, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
You think
I
COVID,
don't like that.
You think COVID brought that into the Western culture?
I think it brung it into the I mean, I don't know if it was a thing, but I have noticed a way uptick in that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get all that stuff, you know, but
In
still
the
it's
Western culture, though.
no. Well, I'm just in the culture, in the whole
No, have
culture
you
as a
noticed
scheme.
it in like
Sometimes I have. I have noticed it was non-existent before that, but it's kind of
That's why I was asking
Yeah.
because it was in the world for sure, like doing
Yeah.
all that. This, you know, but in the Western world, there's so much. What's the word when it's like
Like
when you I think I got dementia sometimes, but like it's a thing that happens for generations, like
cultural
tradition. It's
Tradition.
just such a tradition. You know, you stand, you take your hat, you shake, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any amount of that fist bumping going on, I wonder if it was something like
I think
COVID.
so, but that's one of my like, hey, you know, you're gonna have to tell me a really cool joke or something to get back up to where you was before I introduced myself to you because you just went a notch down.
Knock.
I just, and that's just me, you know. So
A minute ago, when we were talking about when you brought up cowboys and talking about their clothes and stuff, because we've been ragged on for that. You know, a real cowboy doesn't care about what a cowboy's wearing. And you talking about it in a sensible, practical purpose, that reminded me of when I told you I hated wearing cowboy hats. And that's true. I hate wearing cowboy hats. They're big and bulky, and they're on the chair, and you got to take them off when you're in the car, and I don't like them. But I'm trying to push through that because I've seen immense value in a cowboy hat in a day like roping event day when you're out in the sun all day long, because it keeps the sun off of you. I didn't have any kind of sunburn.
it's a tool.
Yeah.
It's definitely a tool. I mean, you want to ride colts outside, or you want to go work cows, or you want to go stack hay, or you want to do whatever you're doing outside in Texas when it's 108 degrees and the skies are all blue
Yeah.
in a ball cap all day long, you're gonna have some burnt ass ears, you know,
started
and a burnt
thinking-
ass nose along go with it.
Because
you know.
sometimes on the side by side or in the boat, I'll turn my cap around backwards.
Yep.
But then as soon as I'm done 60 mile an hour in the boat, I turn it back around forwards because I want it down here. I want the sun to block. And so I started thinking, man, that cowboy hat's even better. If it didn't hit on everything, you know, that I'm sitting by, then it'd
Well,
be perfect.
all these people that's talking about all real cowboys don't care what they wear. I'm not a trend guy. I could care less what style of shirt I'm wearing you know, I'm just going to wear my Wrangler jeans, you know, that's whatever. If it was some other pair of jeans that I liked that worked for me better, I wouldn't care if they were Wrangler. I don't wear Wranglers just because I wear them because they fit me good. They do what I need
They're
to do.
affordable, they're tough.
Well, I say they're affordable. They've high as camel cock nowadays, but that's not the
How
point.
much are they?
Standard pair of 13 MWZs is going to cost you around $40.
But when you compare that to
Yeah, but when I could have
anything
got
else,
them, when I could get them for $24.99 10
Yeah.
years ago, yeah.
yeah, but if you still compared them now, $40 for a
Yes.
pair of jeans, that's on par with like Old Navy jeans.
Yeah.
You know,
Right,
for the
I get
price.
that, but they're just stock stiff,
Yeah.
no wash, whatever, you know, whatever. You got to wear them to get them where they have some pliability and stuff, and that's fine. But yeah, people that say that are people that, you know, I want to wear what works for me, but I also want to have a little pride about the way I dress. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, those people that usually say that are the people that go to Walmart at 12:30 at night in a pair of Pokemon pajamas, flip flops, and vote for Pedro shirt on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
they have a little. I taught my kids this. My kids would be, I'm like, you're not wearing that to school. There's nothing wrong with what I'm wearing to school. Have a little pride about how people perceive you. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? I know that, you know, the dress don't make the man. I get that. I totally get that. But you should have a sense of pride about how, for me, you should have a sense of pride about how you carry yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So people that say that, you know, they do. You know, it don't matter if you're working a line camp in Wyoming or you're, you know, doing something in South Texas. You know, have a little bit of a pride to people say, well, you know, put yourself together a little bit. It doesn't matter what you have on. It doesn't matter if your shirt's got stains on it. But don't walk around with your shirt untucked unless it's meant to be untucked. You know, pull your damn britches up above your ass crack. I mean, have a little pride about how people perceive you. You know,
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? So it does matter. And those people are the 8% of people that evidently think they didn't get hugged enough as a kid, or they're just miserable people, and they, you know, misery loves company.
I think they're
And-
the ones just looking for something to say.
Yeah, they just looking for something to say. You know, they didn't get hugged enough as a kid. They didn't put themselves out there in the window frame of when they were able to do it, and now they're bitter that they didn't get the opportunity to do it because they didn't put themselves out there because they had the fear of failing. I mean, there's so many different levels of misery and bitterness, and there's just going to be people like that. And when it all comes down to it, those are the kind of people that made fun of kids in high school that didn't wear Tommy Hilfiger, or their parents couldn't afford the latest fashion. Those are the people that made fun of those people to make themselves feel better.
Yeah.
They're a fucking bully.
Yeah.
You're just a bully. I'm not going to be bullied. I have thick skin. You know how I sleep at night? Knowing that there's people out there that don't like the way I dress, or don't like what I say, or want to say something stupid about Kyle's glasses or Kyle's buckaroo hat, because that's his style up in that area, and a lot of people wear it, and they're over here in Kentucky and they've never seen it.
How is it? How do you sleep at night?
Like a baby.
With NyQuil.
Babies wake up every 2
In-
hours.
In my underwear with the fan on.
With socks
That's
on.
how I sleep. You're not bothering me one bit. So if you want to say all those nasty derogatory things just to try to get a rise out of somebody and clip somebody's wings, they're just wing clippers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It bothers me more when it's other people, like people talking about Kyle's glasses and stuff.
Yeah.
It makes me want to open hand slap the shit out
Well,
of
they
some
do
of
need
these
to be
guys.
slapped. Bitch slapped.
Yeah.
Right across the cheek. But,
Yeah.
you know, there's so many keyboard warriors these days, you know, and whatever. And like I said, it's just because they're bitter and they're miserable in their own life, and they don't like to see anybody else move past them, or most of the people that talk, you notice all that talk never comes from the top. It
Yeah.
usually comes from below you.
Yeah.
And that's all you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
It don't make no difference if somebody's making fun of your shoes, if somebody's making fun of the hat you wear, or somebody's making fun of something that you said, or the way you talk.
Yeah.
that stuff never comes from above you. It always comes from below you. Remember that stuff.
That's true.
So don't drop yourself down there. Now, a lot of it I'll let slide. A lot of it I'll make some kind of funny ass comment just to get them so aggravated that it didn't affect me the way that they thought it should affect me.
Yeah.
So I'll comment on some of it. But I've got way more better things to do than to engage with somebody who's just so miserable that they troll across and say nasty and derogatory things about shit. Because, like I said, those are the people that made fun of the kid that parents, couldn't afford, the style of clothes of the age. And so they made fun of their winner's choice shoes when everybody else was wearing Reeboks. Fuck you guys. All of you. I don't care if you're packing around a vagina or a wiener. Fuck all y'all. I don't even care.
I think that, and I agree with you. It's about putting your best foot forward
Yeah.
when you're dressing and getting yourself
True.
ready or whatever. And I think that it is different for women's. I think Lisa and I were raised by a generation who's like, oh no, you need to get up, you need to put your makeup on, you need to get your hair done, you need to be under a certain amount of weight. And I don't agree with it to that extent. Sure today, but I don't normally wear makeup or do my hair or anything, and I think that's just fine. That's why there's different personalities. But the haters that get to me in you guys' comments are the ones that are just so ironic that it's like, could have had a V8 moment.
Yeah.
Like those, well, real cowboys don't care what they're wearing. And I bet in their version of a real cowboy probably doesn't sit at his computer making comments on people's social media
That's
either.
true, too.
Yeah, that's usually my first thought.
It's a wide swath of people like that, and
funny.
honestly, as much as it bothers the people that it bothers, because it doesn't bother me at all. Matter of fact, I sit around and eat Fruit Loops dry in a bowl and laugh at this shit because y'all are not bothering me. But the people that it does bother, don't let it bother you like that, because they're just trying to spread their misery and their bitterness.
Yep.
And they're just trying to be wing clippers. They're trying to clip your wings because, they never had the guts to spread theirs.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I think for me, I can tolerate a lot of it, and then there comes a point, several weeks in where it's like, okay, Facebook, put us back at our normal audience,
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, if you look at the overwhelming, I love what you guys are doing. I got a story that's similar I'd like to share with you guys. Mm-hmm. That overwhelmingly takes the majority of our audience that do enjoy. They find it funny. They find some of it informational. They have stories they want to share. They have life experiences they want to share. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. We appreciate all the encouragement. And that's the majority of our listeners. And then you have that bottom 6 to 8% that just scroll through and then want to make comments.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is.
Did y'all expect, what'd you expect of this? How'd this episode go? What were your expectations?
It was about like I thought it would go.
All right.
She said it was good. She only had to say 12 words.
That's
Yeah.
8 more than Papa. So congratulations. Y'all got anything else you want to say?
Billy does.
You want to tell us a joke?
Nope.
Well, let's call that episode 16.
Double date.
Bye.
This is Kayla signing off.
Signing off.